Hello YouTube, hello. We're doing something different today. We are doing something very, very different. We're doing a tier list. I know, very, very different from everyone else. Very, very different. But yeah, I don't usually upload stuff like this. I usually just do it on my Twitch. But yeah, here we are. Let me just explain all the stuff. But one more thing is I forgot about the music, but I think it should be fine. It should be fine, whatever. But yeah, we're gonna be making a tier list, and I'm gonna explain what I mean by whatever you're seeing on the screen right now. So whatever you're seeing on the screen, the meta, super meta, strong for special, requires dedication, it's a little bit of a different kind of tier list that I'm trying to make right now. I'm not too sure if it's gonna be good or not. Do not ask about the bears. People who ask don't know, but a lot of people do know, but yet don't ask. So yeah, but what I can constitute as meta, I already explained it, but I'm gonna say it once again a little bit shorter, is I think there are three things. One is risk reward. Your reward is usually higher than your risk, unless you play the character in a very risky way, which is possible. But your reward is high, basically, right? For the character, that's one. That's a little bit more simpler way to put it, but that's one. Two is a good offensive flow with very, very little risk, and being able to transition to mini decision making via this offense. Like, for example, good examples of this is Anna and Nina. Down forward 1-2 into very, very minimal risk, very, very hard to do something about it. Especially Anna's, when you stance cancel, you basically kind of punish it on whiff. And it just transitions into more and more offense and more 50-50s and mini decisions that you have to make because of that. For example, Nina down forward 1-2, now you have to make a decision. Do you actually sidestep right while sending 4 after it? Do you just not do anything after it? Do you press after it, but get countered by the high or the mid not much of a problem anymore, but like mini decisions like that, right? And that does enforce it in very, very quick ways, very minimal risk, and they just do it. Down forward 1-2, 30 frame move, jailing mid high. It's very, very strong, and other characters have something like this as well. They just enforce these mini decisions on you, and they're very good to do. That's one of the meta defining things, in my opinion, in Tekken 8. That's the second thing, right? The third thing is having some sort of defensive option to stop a character's offense. Like G-Clef is like the best example of that. So something like Dragunov, something like Lars, they have G-Clefs, right? A lot of others also have it, but yeah, G-Clefs. Or some other options, like more passive defensive options, like for example, Yoshi just exists there and he doesn't need to do anything. You're already scared that he might do something, right? He can spin away, he can flash, and you're already scared just by the existence of that, right? Same with Asuka, same with June, same with someone like Xiaoyu. Someone might have something like this, but not be considered to meta, in my opinion. It might be the case, right? But yeah, like these are like the best examples I can give you. So yeah, but I think those three more or less define meta for me specifically, more or less. So we're gonna be making this tier list based off of that. So yeah, S plus, super meta. This is like the characters that are like very, very strong. They're not meta breaking or anything. They're not like Akuma from Tekken 7, right? So it's someone like Anna. Most people already know this. Anna is like very, very strong. I won't order it yet, but I'll just put the character. I will order them later. I will try to explain each one as well. So someone like Nina, for example, right? It's very, very, very strong. Someone like, I think Brian is very, very meta right now as well, but he can be considered here. Like I would consider that argument that he should be put here instead of here. I would consider that, but for me, he's still up here. There's someone like, let me see the character, someone like Asuka, right? Asuka is very, very good. 100% should be up here. I think someone like Clive has potential. Someone like Claudia kinda has potential as well, but for 100% I can say these 4 characters are like up here. Like they really are up here. Really, really are up here. So yeah, these are very, very strong. Someone like Eddie has the potential to be up here as well. At least here, right? Eddie has the potential to be up here. King has the potential to be up here. I might throw them down later, right? Someone like where is this character? Lydia. Lydia has the potential to be up here as well. Like technically speaking, I mean, Law has the potential to be up here. Even June has the potential to be up here. Jun is, I think, very underrated character. And Dragunov has the potential to be up here. Lars, I don't think he has enough of his options in general to be like considered here, but definitely at least here. I think that's about it for this, but I will drop some people down. I will definitely drop some people down. Yeah, I guess Claudio might be considered here as well, but I think he does lack that one defensive option in the neutral. Like, he plays... I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Claudio lets you play neutral a little bit too much. I can't believe I just said that outside of Heat, right? If he's in Heat, you don't get to play against Claudio, but I think outside of it, I mean, in Heat you don't get to play, but outside of it, you kinda get to play neutral. Kinda. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but because in Tekken you're supposed to play neutral, but that's a bad thing in Tekken 8. Right, so, but I don't think he's S+ tier. I don't think so. But Claudio players do make him work really well, and he's very strong, especially in Heat. And this doesn't mean that anyone here cannot beat anyone here. Obviously not, right? Claudio can beat a lot of characters. Like, a lot, especially on the good players' hands. And Claudio is just very good. But yeah, his neutral is stronger than yours, obviously, but he does allow you to play at least. Like, that's how I play with Gaz, and it's a little bit more comfortable with some other characters, let's say. That's just from my experience. Yeah, I will most likely switch these up, but let's just go towards the normal stuff like this, right? And Tube of Tengor Strict, by the way. That's fine. I think someone like Lily, Hwarang, Azucena, Raven, Leo, Yoshi, Fang, Elisa, pretty easy choices, Zafina, Clive. Like, these are like pretty easy choices that I would already make to put in the S tier instead of the S+ tier. And these are not specialist characters, especially, you know, someone like Clive. That's not a specialist character. Anyone can pick Clive up. You can be a bear player and pick Clive up. That says a lot. Just throwing shade to the bears. I have to, okay? It's a duelist fit. So, yeah, I think this is okay. Actually, I think I would put Paul there as well, but I think it's more for specialists in a way. Because Paul is also not that kind of character that anyone can just pick up, in my opinion, right? Like, I wouldn't be able to pick up Paul and do well. In these tier, I think I would be able to pick up Clive easily. Same with Lars, same with Claudio, even Lily in a way. Hwarang is a little bit different. I think he is more for specialists, but he's also so damn strong, but he is considered more in the S tier, right? Azucena is pretty easy. Raven is kind of the same like Hwarang. Leo, easy. Yoshi's pretty easy as well. Fang is not that hard. Elisa's pretty easy, and Zafina's Zafina. You know, those kind of characters. But yeah, I think Paul is more here, even though he's pretty strong. Same with Reina, same with Xiaoyu, I think Leroy. I think someone like Fakumram should be here as well. Steve, I'm not quite sure yet, but I'll just put him here. Jack, I think, is very good. Kazuya, I'm not quite sure. I personally don't think so. Jin is here though. Heihachi is here. Lee is here. This guy is here, and I almost forgot Victor should be in S tier here. I almost forgot. I'm guessing it's gonna look something like this. 80 top 5. Oh, this is not ordered. I just wanted to put them in the tier that I think they might belong in. It's not ordered yet. But yeah, it might look something like this. Most likely, I will not change the A+ tier. Keep bottom 5. Let's make it Kazuya bottom 1. There we go. There we go. We have to do this. We have to do this. Bottom 1. But yeah, I will change these up. Like, I might change some of the orders here. I will most likely change that. So let me just go through this, because the thing is, I want to explain it later as well for everyone on Twitch and YouTube as well, obviously. But so far, it will piss off the Elgin players. Yeah, definitely. How dare I say that the character requires dedication? How dare I say that? Okay. So I think someone like Dragunov someone like Lydia, someone like King, has the, I'm not too sure about Lydia, like can be jumped down a tier, especially someone like Dragonov, I think, or even June. Like I can drop them down a tier. I definitely, it is possible. Like thing is, Dragonov, although he is very good, I think he's more of a character. He's not a specialist kind of character, but a guy who usually plays Dragonov will do well with him. I think something like Dragonov being jumped down to S would be a little bit better than whatever we had already. So I think that would be a little bit of a reasonable assessment. Someone like King, I think, should be here. His down forward 2 is way too busted, and here forces very mini decisions just because of his throw's existence, and has very easy options just because he has forward 4, for example, which is one of the easiest buttons in the game to have. And a lot of characters have that, to be fair. And I think King is fine. June might be arguable as well, because what June doesn't have is in the neutral. Enforcing those mini decisions isn't easy for June. Like that's one thing she doesn't have. She does have that defensive meta part of, but enforcing the mini decisions, June doesn't do that too much. Not too much. In Heat she does it a lot, to be fair, because everything is basically say forward 1+2. Now you can't do anything, defensive options. But I think June, even though I don't like the character, she still doesn't deserve to be in the S+ tier. Most likely not. Yeah, Armor King, I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not quite sure. He might be in this tier. I don't think he's in the meta tier. I really doubt it. Maybe he is, but as I said, I'm not quite sure about Armor King. Yeah, I'm just play Asuka. But yeah, the S+ tier, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. So far, it's okay. It's not ordered, but I think it's okay. Okay, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the music since I'm gonna be explaining the tiers, and I'm gonna change them around as well. Most of you already know what I'm gonna put on. This is my go-to, the P5. Okay, so the S+ I think is looking fine. Order-wise, I think I would put Asuka even above Nina, to be fair. Even above Nina. This is fine. Brian, I think somewhere around here should be King. Law should be higher because not as reliant on 50/50s. Something like this is fine, I think. I think something like this is fine. Is this 10? No, this is 8. It would be good to be 10, but it would be inaccurate. So, I mean inaccurate, not inaccurate. English, amazing. But yeah, I think that's fine. Let me order it first, then I'm gonna start explaining everything. For S tier, the highest most likely is Claudio here. Claudio is just that character, and then should be Clive. Then someone like Horank should be up here, maybe Dragonov afterwards. Actually, no, Raven is above, something like this. June is fine, Lily is fine. Lars, okay. As I said, I think actually Yoshi should be even higher than Dragonov as well. Elisa should be somewhere around here. Yeah, this is fine. Victor should be here after June, actually. Something like this. Azucena should be higher than Lars. I think this is okay. Something like this. I think this is fine. It's kinda okay. Law could be switched with many S tier characters. You would switch Lars with one of the S tiers here. I really doubt it. Not the Lars. Law. I really doubt it. But with the things you can switch to, maybe is Claudio or maybe even Clive. Right? Maybe. But I don't think these characters are as dumb as Law is, in my opinion. Maybe Claudio is up there. Right? Maybe. But as I said, the one problem Claudio has is he sometimes makes you play neutral. Like you can actually play neutral against Claudio. While Law forces you to duck from full screen just because, he just ducks in the, I don't know, range 5, he just ducks and you're just forced to, already make a decision, right? You're already forced to do something. While Law is like, I don't know, very far away. That's already a slide mix-up, right? Already it's something. And the law just comes close to you while you're trying to duck a slide, and you're just not doing anything. You can't even check it because of that, right? So, yeah, he gets free plus frames, very easy plus frames, very easy checks. He's way easier as a character as well. He's fucking... All of his moves are so damn strong. They're so damn strong. He has a G-clef and heat. Normal G-clef, you know, you can use it as well. Why not? You can just use it. So, no, I think Law should be here, definitely. Even above Claudia. This character is severely underrated. Very underrated. It's just, he's the one of those characters that you kind of have to be playing already, more or less. Like, you're not gonna switch to Law. He's one of those. It's the same with Brian. Just because you're not gonna switch to Brian doesn't make Brian a weak character. But Brian's one of those characters as well that you're not gonna switch to Brian. You're just not. Unlike someone like, you know, Anna or Asuka. You can switch to these two pretty easily. Nina, not as much as well. Same with King, you don't switch to King. You know, Lydia, you can actually very easily switch to Lydia. Eddie, you don't. Kinda you can, but kinda can't at the same time. But, yeah, I think so far this is fine. Let me just check. Lars might be higher, but I don't think I should put Lars higher than Victor. Nah, I should. Lars definitely higher than Victor. Yeah, that's fine. The Last Super Meta, I'm not too sure about that. I'm really not too sure because we only see like 2 Law players. You know, we only see like 2 Law players in general. We don't see that many Law players. And I think Law just works really well, really well. At least theoretically speaking, right? It works really well. It's the same with Elisa. Like I think Elisa, even though she's not doing well in tournaments, you know, we don't see a lot of Elisas. Like that doesn't make her, you know, a fucking strong for specialist kind of character that the only, you know, Elisa players play Elisa. Even though that's kind of the case, it's not the case. Wednesday, never. Okay, so S is fine so far. Let me try to order this. Then we're gonna go to explaining the characters. So the strong for specialist kind of character, I think Reina is like the #1 spot. That if you actually, you know, put some time into Reina. She has so much things, so many options for every situation that you just won't find yourself asking that I can't do this. Not asking, telling yourself that I can't do this. Oh, I don't have a homing move. Ooh, back 2, standing 3, like Wrath 1. Oh, I need a, you know, a tracking move that counter launches, that hits grounded for whatever reason. It's safe also. Oh, CD3, electric CD3. Perfect. You need a keep out. Oh, you have an electric. Oh, you need a good jab. You have 1-1-2. 1-1-2 works really well with Reina. It's not bad at all. You need a good punishment. 2-2-1. You have it. You need a good 13 frame check. 1-4-1. You have it. You need a good check in general. 4-4-2. You also have it. Like, you need to just skip neutral and not play the game. Just go into heat. 3+4 and what? It's like 60 damage for free. Like 50 something damage for free. From mid screen. Safe. You literally have everything. You just have everything. Like Reina is that kind of character. You do not have any problems with any kind of questions about, oh, I don't know what to do. You know, you have all the options in the world. You don't. It's Reina, basically. It's Reina. You have everything that you'll ever need. So #1, I think it goes to Reina. #2, we most likely will go to Jin here because Jin, even though he used to be very strong, by the way. I think they did a good job with nerfing him with like something like 2-1-4. I think it was a very important nerf. Some other nerfs as well. I think they did a decent job. One thing I would still change is the heat smash at back 4-2-3, but yeah, Jin is still more of a specialist kind of character. You won't see other like non-Jin players play Jin. Right? And even Jin players are considering switching and they started playing someone like Anna, for example. Some of them, right? Not all of them. But yeah, it's kind of funny that the moment Jin's not broken, they start playing Anna, for example. But yeah, Jin is still more of a specialist kind of character. Same with Heihachi, I think he's up here, but I'm not too sure if he should be this strong. I think Paul is in a decent spot, but I would put Steve even higher than that. Steve definitely needs to be even higher. Actually, I would put Steve higher than Jin as well. Run to take Revolve. because it's the same kind of deal as Reina, that you kind of have all the options you'll ever need for Steve. Like, if you'll need anything, you have it. The only thing you don't have is the tracking mid that's safe, let's say, right? Because everyone's saying that, oh, we need our old back, down forward 2 back, the old down forward 2. But you don't even need that. You have tracking highs and very good mids and very good checks, and you just, it's super, super good. It's super strong, and all of your tracking highs are also plus. They can cancel with each other. You can switch. It's too much. A lot of options, basically. I think Steve is very, very strong. This is fine. I think I would put Heihachi somewhere around here, maybe. Jack higher than Heihachi. I think, no, actually Jack a little bit lower. Something like this. Lee the highest, then Leroy, no, then Shaheen, Leroy Fagerman. I think that's fine. I think that is fine. So Reina is definitely the strongest specialist character that we have right now. Like, I don't even question it. Reina and Steve, 100% it's these two. It's a like, I don't have a doubt in my mind that it's Reina. Not a single doubt. And maybe you can argue for Steve, right? Maybe, but for me it's Reina. Like, Reina is a crazy character. Okay, order-wise, I think it's fine. I think it's okay. Pokemon being in the end is also okay. Maybe Lyra, but I think that's about fine. What about Eddie? Eddie is a very meta character. Like, if you think about his kit, he has a G-Clef, he has good offense, he has good mean decision making. Like, they can force you to make decisions very, very easily. Not to mention, Eddie's 4-4-3 forced you to duck in the neutral sometimes just cause. You know, just cause. Unless you can react 4-4-3, which, you know, is doable sometimes, but it just cause does it. Every time you block while running 3, you're already making a mini decision. Right? You don't want to block the plus frame mid that goes into the Hell Sweep stance, so you're sometimes doing a Power Crush, let's say. Now we're making a mini decision. If you're gonna do the Power Crush, you're getting countered by the fast high that's -2 for whatever reason. Right? So Eddie's options are insane. Like, actually insane options in many, many situations. Has a homing high move that's Season 2. As I said, he also has a G-Clef, has very, very good mix-ups, has very good frames on the low-risk moves, like his Relax 2 is the mid, basically. It's like -2 or something. Crazy. The low is really good as well. The low-risk option low, not the Hell Sweep. And has a very, very good Power Crush from stance, does 40 damage Heat Engager. It's just good. Okay, before I start explaining things, let me just see if everything's okay, because I want to start explaining things later. Yeah, strong panic move as well. If you think about it, it's just great. It is just great. Okay, order-wise, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Obviously, order might be wrong, and I'm fine with it being wrong, but it's very hard to order this game in general. But other than that, I think it's fine. Like, I get that some people might disagree with some of my choices. Like, a lot of people might disagree with Lydia and Eddie, and maybe Law, maybe even King. You know, maybe they might disagree. Maybe, well, you know, they're not that strong. They should be an S. Claudio or Clive should be an S+. I would understand that. Or you would say, like, oh, maybe Yoshi or Raven should be an S+. I would understand that as well. I would even understand someone like June being an S+. I would understand someone like, oh, Dragunov maybe should be S+. Like, I would understand these kind of arguments, definitely. But, yeah, let's talk about the characters. Like, I'm gonna give it brief explanations on each one. Just the brief ones, because I don't want to make another 3-hour vid. Most likely it's gonna be an hour, but yeah, not the 3-hour one. So, yeah, Anna, I don't think Anna needs too much explanation. Her down forward 1-2 is like a perfect example of what I said at the start of this vid. That I said that you need some sort of flowing offense that has very, very little risk and has a, like, either me decision making, which down forward 1-2 does that, or it goes into some sort of mix-up, which down forward 1-2 does both. You know, you're required to make a mini decision after you block down forward 1-2, because you want to decide if you want to actually take the stance mix-up, you know, get countered by the high, get hit by the mid, or, you know, they just block or sidestep. You're making a lot of mini decisions each time you block it. It's the same with Nina. It's very, very good to have that, but Anna also has the defensive option I talked about, because she has a G-Clef. The 2-jab into the QCF 1, whatever that is, the 2-jab into forward 1. It's very strong. It's very, very strong. And that's basically something that she can use to stop offense and go to a heat engager, and if she messes up and you don't duck it, she's still +6. So yeah, it's super, super strong. I don't need to explain Ana too much. She has everything basically. A lot of good moves. It has a booty from heat that launches on normal hit, has the full crouch mix-ups. I don't need to explain it too much. Okay, Asuka. Asuka. So Asuka also one of those characters that you can very easily say that defensively speaking, she has everything that she needs. That passive defense I talked about, like just Asuka existing makes you hesitate. Because of the punch parries, because of the leg parry, because of the normal parry, because of the back 3, because of the can, like it's already 5 things I listed. Maybe you can list even more things. Sidestep 2, 6, there we go. So, but yeah, because of all those stuff, you're like already afraid of going a little bit too offensive, so that existing is already a big plus. It's very good to have. Not to mention she's one of the easiest characters to play in the game, if not the easiest character to play in the game, in my opinion. Right? And not to mention, she doesn't have that flowing offense that someone like Nina and Ana has, like down forward 1 to the mini decision making. But what she does have is a very, very good mix-up offense, which flows really well with her defensive capabilities, because you can't go full offense against her, and she just comes close to you and just mixes you up because of that. And it complements the character really well. Basically, that's what they did. And she's very, very, very strong because of this. Okay, so Nina, as I said, like Ana, has a very, very, very good flow in her offense, enforces a lot of good decisions, has good mix-up potential because of the full crouch hell sweep still being as busted as it always is. Why is the counter launcher? Why does it deal so much damage? Why does it have tracking as much as it does? I know you can step it sometimes. It has some tracking. Why? Like back to 2 exists, for example, for any kind of tracking moves. The down back 1 down 2 exists for a tracking move. I think it's down forward 3+4. The other tracking move that's fake punishable because it goes this way. Another tracking move. Like, she doesn't have problems. Like, there's not a single problem that she has. The only thing she doesn't have is a G clef, I guess, right? But you don't even need the G clef. What she does have is the forward 2, which is a 13 frame G clef that launches, basically, right? It's a confirmable G clef that launches. Yeah, it's punishable the second hit at least, but she does have it. At least that, right? Not to mention she also has a back 2 at the wall, which is basically a 12 frame tracking G clef, which does 50 damage, basically, right? So she just doesn't have a 10 frame G clef, more or less. But yeah, it's Nina. Brian is one of those characters that doesn't have that passive defense I talked about. You know, just because Brian exists doesn't mean that you're scared to go get close. But one thing that does exist and that's kind of has the same effect is his counter to 3+4, which you will be scared to press a button because of it, right? It's not a panic button per se, but it's a countered button, so it's his own thing. It's just a Brian thing. And it's the same with something like QCB1. When you're playing neutral. 4-3 is a little bit when you're already close and you're pressuring each other. That's a bit different. But yeah, QCB1 and 3+4 are like those kind of moves that you're just afraid you're just gonna get hit by countered by, because QCB1 is basically like a mini electric, right? Basically. So it's a crazy, crazy move that covers too much range. Like, it covers way too much range. It's very hard to actually make a Brian player with QCB1 via backdashing. You can step it, but via backdashing it's gonna be very, very hard. And not to mention, you know, he basically has a guard break and taunt. You don't need a hell sweep because of that. Like, Brian does not need anything like a hell sweep just because he has a taunt and a lot of taunt setups. Very, very good frames and everything, good tracking and many, many things. Great tracking move in 1+2, for example. Yeah, it's just Brian. Brian's heat is also busted at forward 1+2 and forward 2, and heat smash, taunt heat smash. I don't need to talk about it too much. King. So King does not have a G clef, right? But what King does have is a down forward 2. Now that is I don't know what that is. I don't know what King's down forward 2 is. I don't know how to explain it. But King has a down forward 2. And down forward 2 does literally everything that you would ever need. If you want to check, it does it. You want the counter button, it does it. You want something that tracks decently well, it does it. It's hard to step, it does it. Like, it does everything that you'll ever need, basically. that already stops you from being a little bit too aggressive, because it does a lot of damage and it's not hard to counter it anymore, the counter launch. It used to need a mini dash, now it only needs a mini dash on female characters from what I know. So down forward 2, super strong, muscle armor is already there as passive defense somewhat, right? It's there. So yeah, not to mention every time you block a down forward 2, King also enforces a mini decision making scenario, because you're forced to either duck or press or sidestep. If you sidestep, you get hit. If you press, you get hit by the second hit, right? And if you respect it and let's say duck it, now you're losing your turn. Now the King player can, I don't know, giant swing you or mix you up in throws or do a low or whatever he wants, basically, right? It enforces a very, very, very fast decision via one of the most broken buttons in the game, which is a King down forward 2. Alright, that's King, more or less, right? Like, I'm simplifying it, obviously. I can even talk about King's busted wall combo, or his damage is too high, or his heat smash tracks too much, or whatever, right? Simplifying it. Law. There's no eyes law here. I think Law, even though he's the passive defense I've talked about, he doesn't have it. A lot of characters here doesn't have that too much. What he does have is a lot of neutral presence. So his neutral presence and his buttons in general have very, very good frames, and they flow into each other very, very well. Like, he can force you, even though he's far away, he can force you to duck because of a slide presence, something like Shaheen can also do something very, very similar. And he can also force you to just block for 10 seconds because he's in plus frames all the time, and he's forcing you to make mini decisions all the time. The mini decisions usually comes in the form of, are you gonna duck my high or not? Are you gonna low parry my low or not? These are the mini decisions that Law enforces almost all the time in every single interaction. And now you're forced to make that decision of, let's say, am I gonna mash for a counter hit? Am I just gonna take the mix up? And enforces all of these decisions very quickly. It's very fast. Law does this very, very well. And there's a lot of good rewards on all of the lows. Like, Slide has amazing reward. The DSS low has amazing reward. The Heat is absolutely busted on the Law, especially his Heat Smash, his Nunchucks, his G-Clef. I don't need to explain Law too much as well. Like, Law is just crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. Not to mention the Nunchucks just infinitely generating heat. Crazy character. Lydia. So Lydia is one of those characters that enforces a lot of offense and immediate decision making. It didn't used to be as much of a problem before Season 2, because the main issue Lydia had, in my opinion, is that her heat was always very strong, but her access to heat wasn't as easy. She did have, I think, back one, right? It was very, very good button. But Lydia now having that tracking high plus frame move into a guaranteed heat engager, or the tracking mid from stance into a guaranteed heat engager that covers every option, that also has pushback, that's also -4. It's like, it's too easy to go into heat, that's one. And every time you block, let's say a forward 4-2, or let's say the high, or let's say anything, let's say back 1, let's say you stand up, it enforces so many decisions on you. That forward 4-2, do I down jab or not, is usually the decision, right? Because if you down jab, you get hit by the 3. If you don't down jab, everything else is gonna mix you up. Maybe she's gonna go into another stance. It's just a lot of decisions to make, a lot of decisions on the defensive part, right? And it just forces upon you very easily, very, very easily. One forward 4-2 is basically all it takes. Maybe the wall running move as well, right? But whenever she gets heat or stacks, that's where she gets like actually like busted, you know. Not to mention the double mid exists from Season 2. I forgot the input of it. It's QCB 1+2, 1+2, or down back 1+2, 1+2, something like that. There's a lot of stuff, basically. A lot of stuff. So, yeah. That's it. A little bit more simply about Lydia. Let's talk about Eddie. So, Eddie also has that kind of presence in the neutral that really forces you to do either duck the forward 4-3, unless you can react to it, which is always hard to do. Console, not really that doable, in my opinion anyway. It is doable, but it's just hard. And not to mention, you don't want to block. The number one thing is you do not want to block Eddie's while running move. So you're forced to sidestep a lot in the neutral. And you can't get close because Eddie has that passive defense because of sidestep through +4. You can't get too close, you're just gonna get hit, and even if you bait it out, you still can't punish it. It's very hard to punish, it's just super strong. super strong. That a character that has that good backdash, amazing backdash, right? The sidestep for +4, very good keep out. Also now in season 2 has a G clef that they gave, right? And also has a homing high move just to check you from stepping. So he's forcing you to play a very 2D game because of that homing move that's new. And the while running move is something that you usually want to step, but you don't want to block. Because if you block, now you're forced a mini decision. So Eddie also enforced a lot of mini decisions upon you. A lot of them. Because you're forced to either, let's say, I'm willing to take the mix-up, make that decision, let me just, guess. Or I don't want to get mixed up, let me make this decision just so I don't go into the relaxed mix-up. The Eddie doesn't go into it. But if the Eddie knows that, now you get countered launched, or countered in general into a flip over into another mix-up. So it enforces a lot of decisions like that, while the Eddie's risk is very low even if you guess that decision. Let's say I'm guessing that Eddie is gonna do a wall running 3, and he's gonna check me with the -2 mid from handstand. I think it's 4 or 3, I forgot. Let's say I'm guessing that. But now I have to guess additionally if that handstand check is gonna have a finisher or not, or he's gonna go into the sidestep, not sway, but go sideways because of it, and then go into relax. And how do I punish it if you can't float it? It's -2, and it just has very little risk, very little risk. With as I said, the reward is way too high. It's way too high, and the frames are too good. That's like the main issue I have with Eddie. His frames are way too good for a character that's forcing mix-ups on an opponent. I guess I'm just a Kazuya player. I'm not used to having good frames while also having good hell sweep. So yeah. Okay. Claudio. So that's it about S Plus, more or less. I'm gonna be a little bit faster for everyone else. I just want to explain the S Plus a little bit more in detail, a little bit more. But I'm gonna be quick with the S tier. So Claudio doesn't need too much. Down back 1+2, upward to starburst, heat. I don't think I need to explain too much. Claudio is just very strong. So yeah, that's Claudio more or less, and it has a very good mix-ups. If there's a wall, there's a way. Wall running 2 is amazing. You don't even need lows on Claudio, for anyone saying he doesn't have good lows. Sidestep 4 is already very good, but he doesn't even need them. Okay, Clive. Clive has a very good buttons in general. His down 1 is amazing, an amazing low. Absolutely amazing low. He has a very good stance mix-ups. He has very good range. Good buttons in general, decent tracking, especially with the tracking high that they gave him in season 2 now, which, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we giving people tracking highs that are plus, by the way? Or why are we doing that? But yeah, in heat, he's also busted down for the 1 into the stance. Gotta guess, hell sweep, plus frame stance options, heat smash that tracks. You gotta guess, basically. Right? That's Clive more or less. Hwoarang is a wall standing 1-4. I don't need to say anything more. Wall standing 1-4, down back 4 on counter it, 2 jab on counter it. Amazing offense, very good offense. Need I say more? RFF down 4-3. There you go, I said more. So Raven also has very good passive defense because it's Raven, has very good parry potential, has very good just launching you out of nowhere potential as well. Like I think it's QCF or QC4. The cartwheel, just get launched. You're a little bit scared. You can just slide in the middle of the screen, and if you're not looking out for it, you're gonna get hit. Down back 2 is a busted move in general. Down forward 1 is busted. They track way too much. His heat 1+2 is also busted. His heat clones are very strong. His combo range is way too much. The only big problem Raven has, from what I understand, is his moves sometimes just don't work. Like his combos just drop. That's like the biggest problem he has. But his back turned low is very strong. He just has many things basically. Yoshi is like the perfect anti-meta character while also having very good Tekken 8 stuff. He's a perfect anti-meta character because he stops offense very easily. Excuse me. Like you don't need to actually play Yoshi in a spinning kind of way or a flash kind of way for the opponent to respect you. You don't need to do that, especially in the 1-2 environment. They're kind of forced to respect your flash, they're kind of forced to respect your spin, and you're just standing there and you're doing -8 moves into another -8 move into another -8 move. And then the Yoshi player might be questioning, why are they letting me do all this? I'm -8. You're playing Yoshi, that's why they're letting you do all that. So, yeah. Elisa is also a very good character because of her movement. Her movement makes it very good. Because having good movement in Tekken 8, like someone like Dragunov, Elisa, most of the female cast, it's just important. It's very important. Someone like Lily, so it's very good. Because you can move around stuff, usually that would be way harder to move around. You can punish stuff way easier as well because of it. And Elisa has very good pressure with chainsaws, but the problem Elisa has, in my opinion, is that she is more or less kind of dependent on chainsaws sometimes. Like that's the one thing she has, and the one good low she also has is down 4 1+2, which is amazing. Obviously, down 4 is a great low, but she does have like some limitations, especially being dependent on chainsaws more or less. One thing that's very busted about this character is I talked about this in my last vid as well. Is her forward 2. I hate her forward 2. Forward 2-1 in heat. I really hate it. I don't know why that exists. It's way too strong and it tracks way too well. Okay, Dragunov. So Dragunov also has good movement, as I said, which already helps defensively in the Tekken 8 environment. Has a G-Clef, already helps defensively in the Tekken 8 environment. That's already very strong, but he also has very good frames in everything he does. Like down forward 1 has amazing frames, back 2 has amazing frames. He enforces mini decisions in every single interaction. Like when he does down forward 1, the 4 is a mini decision that he enforces. When he does back 2, the back 2 1 is the mini decision that he enforces. Whenever he does down 2, for example, it's a tracking low, he enforces a mini mind game there as well, that you can risk getting launched if you literally just press a wall standing 4, even a down jab. It enforces decision making, and he can just continue flowing his offense very well, while also having pretty decent reward on the many stuff. Like for example, his shoulder is very busted. 1-2-1 and shoulder I think is the most busted things right have. Heat shoulder being a tracking move, shoulder being +5 in heat, shoulder 12 frame punish being a heat engager, that kind of stuff, right? Okay, that's about Dragunov, more or less. He has other stuff as well, like, I think the back 4 string is also another mini decision, back 4-2, that just enforces for free on with the 14 frame mate, by the way, for free. And yeah, just very good. June, same as Asuka. Basically auto defense. Like you don't need to play defensively, your character plays defensively for you. It's the same with Yoshi, more or less, same explanation. Can parries, normal parry, I don't know. What else? Back 3, she also has a back 3 like Asuka. And in heat also forward 1+2, like the character basically plays defensively for you. And what that does is you're basically gonna get away with high minus frames, let's say -9, -8, -7, doesn't matter. You're gonna get away with it, and the opponent's not gonna do anything, so you can just do it again. How many times you want to, they're gonna let you get away with it. So yeah, that's June more or less. The one problem she does have is outside of heat, she can't enforce mini decisions as much. But it's great to have something like back 2-1, for example. It's great to have the fast low pokes. It's great to have forward 1+2. It's great to have the stance transition into the 10 frame punish. There's a lot of good stuff that June has, basically. A lot of good stuff. Okay. Lily also is a very strong because her movement, like having defensive options in this game it's just so good. It's just so good, and it's very important. Lily's movement is the best in the game, one of the best in the game, if not best in the game anyway. And the 1-1 is great because it's like kind of like a confirmable G-Clef. At least it's a launch punishable, but it's kind of like a confirmable G-Clef. She has a very fast slide now. She has very good homing moves. She has a plus frame, the season 2 punches, whatever they are now. I think it's forward 1+2 or something. It's really good to have. She has a very good heat moves, for example, and heat mix-ups. She just has a lot of stuff, a lot of options for a lot of situations as well, and good frames on a lot of it. Randy, thank you for follow. Like her frames are good enough for you to sidestep after everything that she does. Everything that you make block, let's say, you can just step after it, and you'll most likely step well almost everything. Lars, as I said, G-Clef, very strong. His frames are way too good in my opinion. His minus frames should be way higher on things like, I don't know, his down forward 1 maybe a little bit higher, his down forward 1 to the high maybe should be a little bit higher. It forces mini decisions without each down forward 1, it forces mini decisions in the neutral a lot as well, because he can just go into stance and everything he does. You can just spam while standing 2, which is one of the most busted moves he has in my opinion, because while standing 2 has no weaknesses. It's literally a move that has no weaknesses. It tracks really well, it's very fast, it can go into stance, it enforces a decision into the high or the mid, and if you go into the stance, now you're enforced into a mix-up. It's a very strong move. While standing 2 is insane for what it does, and you can mix very easily because of that as well. And every time you're forced crouch, you can just also while standing 2, which for me as a Kazuya player, it's so damn annoying because I can't even jab it because it crushes the jab as well. It's a perfect move. While standing, there's no perfect move than while standing 2 in Lars's kit. It's one of the best mids in my opinion when it comes to while standing checks. I don't know what else can trump it. Maybe Jun's while standing 1, which is also a high crushing counter at 13 frame launcher. At least Lars's doesn't counter at launch. Azucena as a Jun's maybe might be better because of that. But yeah, it's very strong basically. Victor, let me explain Victor as well. Victor in the neutral obviously enforces a lot of mind games just because of the wild running low they added, so you're already forced into a mini guessing situation even though Victor might be far away from you, just for him to run in and do a low or one running 2. That's already very strong. Also gun checks, it's not really a thing to be fair, but sometimes you have to look out for it. But the main thing why Victor is so high is that his rewards on everything is way too high in my opinion, because his 1+2 is an easy countered launcher, and every time he does get a launcher he gets very high damage. Infinite wall carry, you will guarantee a wall almost 100% of the time, and you will guarantee a busted wall combo, which Victor has one of the most busted wall combos in the game in my opinion, because it forces a situation that you can't get away from, and even if you do guess correctly, you're still in a disadvantage. Let's say I guess that Victor's gonna do a down 1 after his flip over wall combo, I block it, I'm -2, not -2, I'm +2, he is -2. So I'm still forced in a very bad situation and I'm at the wall. So now I have to guess. Or if I block the down 2, I take the chip damage, I'm still in a bad situation. I have to duck, let's say I get hit by the down 1, I get heat engaged into a wall splat. I don't duck, I get hell swept because of the double sweep that the Victor has. It's too strong in my opinion, and the Victor gets way too much reward for how easy it is for Victor to get, let's say, launchers. 1+2 is way too strong. His neutral pressure and mix-ups from full crouch is also very good, and it's too good in general. That's what I'm saying. It's too good. Okay, Azucena. So Azucena has the presence that makes you stop sidestepping. Let me drink some water a little bit. I think forward 4 as a move basically enhances the whole character to the next level. If forward 4 wasn't as busted as it was, I would not put Azucena as high. But Azucena right now, just because forward 4 enforces you to play so much 2D Tekken, because if you don't, you're gonna get hit by it, and it's confirmable, and it's cancelable, and it's too strong, basically. Forward 4 makes Azucena very strong, because you're not sidestepping the while running move, you're not sidestepping the up forward 3+4, I think that's the input on the orbital, right? You're not sidestepping the character, even though you want to sidestep the character, because everything else is broken if you don't sidestep it. Because after you block while running 3-2, now you can't sidestep anymore. You block the orbital, you can't sidestep anymore. Now you're forced a mini decision each time you block that, and it's not in your favor. It's never in your favor. Not to mention she can just check you with down back 3s very easily. She can just check you with I don't know, down forward 1s easily as well. It's not the best down forward 1 out there. She can do that, and she can just do whatever she wants basically. Because unless you really pressure her, she won't have too much problems. Like, she really won't have too much problems, because she also has amazing tools to get out of pressure, like her while standing 2 or while standing 1. The countered launcher from while standing is amazing to have. Jun has something similar as well. It's so damn strong to have in the neutral, and in general it's very good to have. She's just really good. Has an orbital as well, right? It's there. Okay, Zafina. So Zafina also a very easy character in my opinion, not that hard to play, very easy options, and all the options that you choose have a lot of coverage. So the main reason Zafina is here right now is because she is very easy to make decisions with. You can very easily make the decision that I'm gonna do a mid that tracks, that's plus. Like, this sentence that came out of my mouth shouldn't exist. I'm gonna just make the decision, I'm gonna do a mid right now that tracks really well, and it's +6 and does chip damage to my opponent. This shouldn't exist. You know, it just shouldn't exist. If I make this kind of decision, it should not be a tracking move. Let's say it should not track, and I should risk the opponent sidestepping me. Let's say, right? And I should not have as little risk on my, I think it's Scarecrow, Tarantula lows. Because the Tarantula lows don't have any risk to it unless you do the down 1/2. I think that's it, right? The 1 doesn't have any risk to it. Because it's very, very good. It enforces a mix-up, which, you know, enforces the mix-up to the plus frame mid that tracks, by the way. That's also a heat engager. And it's just, she's too strong and way too easy to make decisions with, in my opinion. And her rewards are very high. Very, very high. Back 1/2 is still very, very strong. Her power crush is still very good. Her damage is not that low. It's pretty damn good. It's not the highest out there, but it's pretty damn good. I guess the only thing she lacks is the damn hell sweep, right? I guess. But yeah, her stance makes up for it. Her stances make up for it. Because even the stance, Tarantula stance, has a mini hell sweep to it. I don't know. But yeah, Leo's also very good, but Leo's also one of those characters that might be, like, if you argue that Leo should be in the S- tier, which is stronger specialist tier, more or less, I would be like, yeah, I kind of see that. But I would still put Leo in S because of the season 2 buffs, like the what's it called, the stance into heat option. It really buffed Leo a lot. Like the forward 4 into heat smash, forward 4 into heat burst, or the stance low that they gave Leo, or all of those shenanigans that really made him very strong. Not very strong, but way stronger. And Fang, actually, let me just do this. I think Fang should be higher than both of these characters. But yeah, Fang, I think, is also very good because his frames are way too good for what his buttons do. Like down forward 3 and while standing 2 are a very good example of that, because those two buttons, for what they do, the frames are way too good. Like while standing 2 basically being a counter launcher on par of something like, you know, Azucena while standing 1 or 2, kinda like that. And someone like Fang has it, which is very strong. Down forward 3 is obviously a very strong button. It's a normal hit launcher, and for the things that they do, you can play mind games around that, and you can, you know, play a lot of impo shenanigans basically as well with the character. Like every time you back 4, you enforce a mini mind game now because of the season 2 change with the high. So you're enforcing mini decisions every time you back 4, and every time you down forward 1, you're enforcing a 0 frame situation where the opponent is also forced, if they step, they're gonna get hit by a back 4, maybe a low. If they don't, they might get mixed up by something else. If they press, they might get countered by something. It forces a lot of decisions very easily with very good frames. And one of the most busted things Fang has is that whenever he has heat, he can basically do lows 24/7, and you most likely will not duck them just because shoulder exists. Because a shoulder is an all-around, you can't do anything about this kind of move. And these moves should not exist in Tekken, in general. Like Fang shoulder is a rule-breaking move in my opinion. A rule-breaking move that the tracks is 13 frames fast, that does 50-something damage on, you know, heat dash, that's +5, and it basically makes Fang, like the lows on Fang, it makes them free. It's way too good. Oh yeah. Okay. And by shoulder, I mean the heat dash shoulder, obviously. I'm not saying that the Fang player should spam shoulder and that's broken. I mean the heat dash shoulder. In heat, they just do it. Okay, let's do S-. So S-, Reina, I think, is a specialist character. These characters all here are specialists, right? But I think Reina is one of the best ones, Reina and Steve, because Reina has everything. Literally everything. You need like good punishment, 2-2-1, 1-1-2, amazing punishment, down forward 1-2, amazing, electric is up there, down forward 2 is there. You need some kind of panic moves. Oh, you have a hop kick, a jab crushes sometimes, you have a jab crushing 3, which is a tracking move. You need tracking moves. You have the 3 I just mentioned, you have the back 2, you have the CD3, you have the Wrath 1, let's say in that situation you want a tracking move, you have it. You have the Wrath 3 +4, which also tracks really well. You have everything basically, like you don't need anything with Reina. The only thing you might say, I don't have good lows, no, that they gave you the forward neutral 4. But in this game, as I said, just like in the Claudio's example, you don't really need lows that much. You really don't. Claudio players and Reina players saying we don't have good lows are the same thing, basically. They're like, you know, they're parroting each other. Did you see the Devil Jin? Yeah, I did. That was pretty sick. So Steve, Steve is also more of a specialist character, but Steve is also one of those that has the options for very many situations. Like has the guard break for 50/50s, but you have to take that risk sometimes. So the one thing about these characters is that they do take risks. Like Reina, you have to do that blow that's launch punishable sometimes. You have the hell sweep sometimes. All these characters somewhat are forced to take risks. Right? That's why they're in the S- tier, but they're still very strong in the hands of specialists. Right? Like Steve is kind of forced to do the unblockable or the guard break, whatever it is to go. Lionheart 2 or 1+2, Lionheart 1+2. They're sometimes forced to do it, they're sometimes forced to down back 1, but his frames is very strong and his risk is very low outside of that. He has very good counter moves with, let's say, sway cancels with the mid. I think that's busted, by the way. Whenever a Steve player does back 1-2 and cancels the high into the mid being -9 counter launcher, that property is the same with like sway 1-2 if I remember correctly. Those moves are, in my opinion, they're busted. They should not be safe. So those are very strong. He has very good frames, very good pressure, strong defensive and offensive abilities because of 1-2-1 defensively, back 1 defensively. And you can also, offensively, it's Steve. It's very strong. Okay, Jin. So Jin also has the same kind of problems because what Jin does is that he takes a lot of risks in the neutral, because unless you want to take risks with down back 4 and hell sweep, you're forced to down 4 a lot. And if you down 4 too much, you might 1 become too predictable, and 2 you might get countered a lot or hit a lot in general. And so you're forced to play neutral deck game basically with Jin, right? A little bit more than normal. But the rule breaker of that is back 4-2-3, which does everything for you. More or less it does everything for you, right? Back 4-2 in general, it does everything for you. And the dive kick still exists, heat smash still exists. His damages, I think, is very high. So there's a lot of good stuff. Yeah. Paul is kind of the same. Paul also takes somewhat risks, but Paul's risk management can be very high because his mids are so damn strong now. Like up back 2 is super strong. The forward 4 to 1+2 and heat is super strong. Forward 4, very strong homing move. It's just super good. Down forward 1 and while staying 1-2 is still one of the best checks that he has, and it's just super strong in general. Yeah, Paul is amazing. Paul's very amazing. Not to mention the buffs he got, like for example the Death Fist and Heat, and as I mentioned the 4-4-2. It's very good. Xiaoyu, also very strong, but also a specialist character, because Xiaoyu, you need to dedicate a lot of your memory for this character. You need to know your setups, you need to know your combos very well, you need to know what goes into what, when to AOP. There's a lot of stuff to remember. Right? She's a complicated character, and she is usually for specialists, but she can work really well in the right hands. She's not a weak character. I don't think anyone here is a weak character. That's why, even the requires dedication part is A+. In my opinion, even they are good. They're not bad, but they just will require more time, and they're a little bit more risky than others. I'm not too sure about Armor King. So Armor King, you guys can, have your own opinion on Armor King. I'm not too sure because it's been like 2 weeks maybe a bit more, not even a month, right? So Armor King, I'm not too sure. You can just, put him anywhere based on your opinion. I'm just gonna put him here so far because maybe I think this is gonna be a little bit more, what's it called, accurate, because I don't think the Armor King will require that much dedication. I'm gonna be honest, a little bit honest right now, not honest but accurate. But yeah, Heihachi is also one of those characters, very detonate Mishima, a little bit less detonate than Reina, but still very detonate. But he's still forced to take risks with like hell sweeps. So you have to. I'm gonna say it again, you have to do the one hit hell sweep. If you're not doing the single hit hell sweep with Heihachi, you're playing him wrong, more or less, in my opinion, right? The single hit hell sweep is one of the most important moves in his kit, and you have to do it, and you have to take that risk. Because if you don't do it, they're never gonna duck. There's no ducking involved. They might even step you too much, because that single hit hell sweep covers way too many options, and it's way too plus for you not to do it. But you're forced to do it, and you have to do it sometimes. Not all the time, because you have a lot of other options. That's why he's not in the A+ tier, because he has a very strong down forward 1 with extensions, which forces many decisions, and it's also safe. It does a lot of damage. Forward 4 is amazing, forward 3 is amazing, back 4 is amazing, electric is great to have, 1-1-2 is amazing to have, it wall splats, forward 1+2, and it's very strong punish. He's just very strong in general. Very good character, but it's usually reserved for someone that already plays Heihachi or for Mishima players, stuff like that. Okay. Jack is also more for like Jack players, more or less, you know, more of a specialist kind of character that you need to know how to do Jack shenanigans. Like the Jack shenanigans can be very annoying to deal with and can be very strong as well. One thing which I don't understand is why Jack of all characters have as much wall carry and as much damage as he does. Damage maybe I would understand a bit more, but his wall carry is out of this world. With the new combo routes, his wall carry is crazy. He already has very good stance pressure and his very good stance power crush, which that stance power crush in my opinion is busted. It shouldn't exist the way it is because it's 360. It's safe with the red bubble and it can be +5 in heat and also launches if you're correct and it actually hits. It shouldn't launch. It does way too much. But yeah, that's Jack. Let's talk about Lee. So Lee, I think is very downplayed character. Very downplayed character. For the heat that he has, I don't know how you can downplay this. How does a character who has down 4 3+4 and down 1+2 in heat get downplayed? I don't understand. But outside of that, he also has a back 4, which is amazing defensively. Forward 4, also amazing defensively. While running 3-4, one of the most busted moves in the game. Not busted moves, busted while running moves in the game. It's very strong. And I'm not too sure about this. I might be wrong. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but his wall running move might be the only wall running move that induces any kind of floor break, right? And I think no other wall running move does that. It doesn't do a floor break. Others do wall breaks, like they wall splat usually, but Lee's is the only one that does the floor break. So in that way, it's unique. It's not like I'm saying that it's broken compared to everyone else because of that. But it's unique in that way. Minty, take Raval. So, yeah, that's really good to have. Just really good to have. Okay. So, that's about Lee, more or less. You can also talk about his down forward 1. You can also talk about his down 3. You can also talk about his stance 1-1 checks or his 1+2, which is also busted. But, yeah. Shaheen. So, Shaheen's also one of those characters, especially now. I think he's not that easy to pick up anymore. Anyway, he used to be way easier. And, it will require a little bit more, a little bit more dedication than normal. But his sidestep 1+2 is still very strong. His slide mix-ups are still very strong. He still has up forward 1, I think, or up forward 2. I forgot. Up forward 1 is very good. The full crouch low is still very good. I think down 1 is the new low, right? That's decent. Sidestep 2 is very strong. There's a lot of stuff going on. Down forward 1 has very good frames. He can move around a lot, punish really well. Down forward 2 generic is very good to have. He does have a G club, even though it requires more commitment than others, which in my opinion that should be the norm. But yeah, he does have it. If anything, he does have a G clef, and he also has a very good while standing 1. Down 3 is very good to have. But yeah, Shaheen's great. Shaheen's a great character, but it will require a little bit more time to understand how to play him better, to his potential. It's the same with Leroy. Leroy's a great character, and Leroy's damage output is very high. I'm not too sure it might be one of the highest in the game, but it is very high. You can consider him up there, basically. Very high damage output, very good low check with down back 3, the safe low. Decent heat, especially now with back 1+2, for example, or 1 sidestep 4 guaranteeing 1+2, and 1+2 just being an amazing move in general, the 1+2. And his rewards are very high. Like, they really are very high. But Leroy is kind of forced to play neutral as well. Like some of the characters I did say that they're forced to play neutral. Leroy is also kind of forced to play neutral. He can't skip neutral too much, right? But yeah, if you actually put the time in, Leroy can work really well, and Leroy is a strong character. Leroy is actually a very good character, but yeah, Leroy mains, or in general, Leroy players, you gotta put the work in. Like if I start playing Leroy right now, I wouldn't be as good. I wouldn't do well. Like all the characters in S, I wouldn't do that well with the characters. Maybe aside from Jin, just because I've been playing Jin since Tekken 7, but that's a different topic. Or Heihachi, that's a different topic. But yeah, Fakumram also is one of those characters that you kind of have to understand how to play him first. You will need to understand, even though he's not that complicated. I don't think even Leroy is that complicated, or even someone like Paul is that complicated. You still have to understand how to play him, Fakumram, right? Yeah, his sidestep isn't the best either. You're right, Kazu. You're right. Leroy's sidestep, but yeah, Fakumram also has a the same kind of problems that you have to dedicate some time, understand how to play him. His movement is not that good outside of his backdash. His backdash is fine, his sidestep is not the best. You have to understand how to actually do his lows, how to check. His down forward 1 might be one of his best buttons in my opinion. The down forward 1 follow-ups is amazing to have and has a lot of potential. Like, it has so much potential, sometimes I even think about putting him in the S tier, but I don't think that's the case because you have to understand how to use it well. Like the down forward 1 4-4 is amazing, down forward 1 cancels, 3 cancels, the forward 4 3 low, down forward is great to have, but you know, all of those moves are amazing to have. Heat is also strong, while running 3 is great, but you have to understand it and actually, you know, play the character a lot. And take risks sometimes as well. Like down 4, you have to take that risk sometimes. Forward 4 3, depending on the character, you have to take the risk of the -14. So, yeah, more or less. Armor King, as I said, I'm not too sure, but I think S- is a decent placement right now because he has very good stance mix-ups. I think the stance low is kind of busted with the amount of damage it does. I think the damage is too high. The frames are fine. Damage is too high. I also think it's a sidestep 2 is kind of strong. It's not kind of, it's very strong actually. Sidestep 2 is very good. His wall carry is very easy. I kind of really dislike his combo routes because it's way too one-dimensional. Maybe someone is gonna prove me wrong. They have like very creative combos. But there's the 4-3-2 cancels are a little bit one-dimensional. I personally don't like it, but his combo carry is very good because of that. His combo damage is pretty decent. It's not bad. And his mix-up potential is not bad either with the throws, and he creates a lot of mean situations because of the down forward 1-2 and down forward 2-1. Right, the down forward 1-2 especially, every time you block down forward 1, you kind of force the duck sometimes. Every time you block down forward 2, you force the duck sometimes. There are throws out there to look out for, but yeah, I'm not too sure about Armor Geek. He might actually be even S tier, you know, I'm not too sure. But yeah, for the A+ tier, A+ tier is right now dedicated to the characters that require the most amount of time and execution, in my opinion. Right? The execution, the time, and the risks that these characters take usually will require way more time for you to get better at them, and you have to get used to them, especially in like different environments. Right? If you're used to playing online, it will require a lot of time, but if you want to play, let's say, offline, it will require a lot of time again. If you want to play tournaments in the 1-2 environment, you have to require a lot of time again. Like, it's not gonna be easy for you to play these characters and be good at them very quickly, right? No matter the environment. So, and not only that, even if you are, let's say, used to it, you're still taking risks that are not as needed to take as with other characters. Like Devilgen has to sometimes hell sweep, right? Even though he does have, I think, amazing back forward 2, which is, you know, back forward 2-3 or back forward 2-1, especially back forward 2-3 edition of season 2, that really made him way stronger, right? Way stronger. So that's really good to have because the tracking made it forces a mind game with the -10 situation. It's really good to have. Down back 2 is great to have. The MC, the Morning Crow, MC22, great to have from mid screen. It's really good. While standing 2 being 14 now, being used as mix-up, great. Up forward 4, great. Back 3, I think it's very strong. The heat dash version, right? When you already have heat. And the back 2-3 is also super strong, kind of underrated in my opinion. But the number one thing that's the biggest problem with Devilgen, if I had to say it, I think is the spike combo. The forward 3 into the 3, spike into back 4, I think is too strong. It's too easy to do and does too much damage, it gives too much OK. It does everything for the character. It's like a, I don't know, giving Kazuya tracking mid that's plus. Like something like that, right? Not the tracking plus that's a bad example, but it's like giving Kazuya a wall combo that gives Oki and the damage, right? It's the same thing, more or less. When you spike it forward as Gauss, let's say something like that existed, and now I have a Hell Sweep mix-up, or a City 1+2 mix-up, or a 4-4-3 mix-up easily. It's something like that, right? So he has a lot of stuff going on for him, but he's just, you know, hard to play and requires dedication, but that doesn't make him weak. He can win against, you know, every character here. Every character can win against every character, but it's just gonna be way harder. Also depending on the matchup. For example, someone like Devilgen might have an easier time to play against, I don't know, Brian, or I don't know, King, maybe, than playing against someone from the S tier, like, I don't know, Azucena, maybe Raven, maybe Yoshi, maybe Elisa, right? Maybe have an easier time, so it's really matchup dependent as well. But as I said, it still requires a lot of effort. It does require a lot of effort. And yeah, he's a heat engager into the while standing 2, or heat smash, not heat smash. Hellsuit mix-up. It's kind of crazy. I agree. I do agree. Meat. Thank you for following. Now let's talk about my character, Kazuya. So Kazuya kind of credit card. Oni, thank you for the sub.
How you doing, Duelist brother?
Doing well. Doing well. Doing well. But yeah, thank you for the sub once again. So yeah, now Kazuya. My character. So this character has the same kind of issues as Devil Jin has, in my opinion, that he's kind of, you know, he takes way too much risks, takes a lot of effort, and you have to actually get used to the character in many different environments. That's why I always say, if you want to get good at one specific thing, you just have to do that a lot as Gauss, especially with Gauss. Because you have to like go to tournaments a lot to get used to it, you have to, let's say, play offline a lot to get used to it. It just requires a lot of dedication. Not only that, you also have to practice your electrics a lot because that's important. I think Kazuya is the most electric dependent character in the game, even though I don't know 5 characters have electrics at this point, right? And some others also have pseudo electrics like Brian's QCB1. But he is the most electric dependent in the game, and if you do mess it up, it feels really bad. It just feels horrible. And I would know because I messed them up a lot. So yeah, it feels horrible when you mess it up. When you just get down 2 instead of a launch, you could have won, now you just lost. When you do a hell sweep, it gets blocked, you know, it has a lot of risk basically. Even though it's good, it's amazing. We also have an amazing down back 4. We have very, very strong heat. I think our heat is very good. If the only reason I think that, by the way, is down back 1-2. If down back 1-2 didn't exist, I would think our heat was trash. Down back 1-2 carries Kazuya's heat. Hella carries it. It's that strong. It's very, very good. Down back 1-2 in heat is a mid mix-up, wall splat if you confirm it. Even the up forward 4 is very, very good, even though I think it should be nerfed. Right now, it exists. It's very good. So yeah, up forward, that's really, really strong. But as I said, the moment he, let's say, uses his heat up, he goes back to being like an average show character. He's not that good anymore. Like, his heat is good, but he becomes like a, I don't know. He becomes normal, basically. And normal in Tekken 8 is not good enough. It's not good enough. So outside of heat is a little bit mediocre. His forward 4-2 is great if you want to enter heat, but if you're outside of heat and you just don't have it anymore, your forward 4-2 basically becomes a useless move that doesn't do anything. It does like, I don't know, 10 damage, 15 damage, however much damage it does, and just resets neutral as a mid mix-up. And you don't really have any other mids to really use that well. Like, the biggest problem Kazuya has is that his mids aren't that good when it comes to the faster versions of it. His slow mids are fine, but his fast moves are really lacking. Down forward 4 and back 2 are fine, but they have their own risks and they're very, very minus, and you're usually stuck with Kazuya. This is his #1 problem. You're stuck defending for too long in a game full of mix-ups that are way too rewarding to the player that's doing the mix-ups instead of the defender that's defending the mix-ups. If that makes sense. Right? It's way too rewarding for the offense, and it's not as rewarding for the defense. Not to mention, we don't have a G-clef, right? We don't have a G-clef, we don't have a hop kick, we don't have an orbital, we don't have a backswing blow. That's actually a backswing blow. Back 1 plus 2 does knock out. And yeah, the only kind of panicky button we have is maybe down 1 plus 2, which is good to have. And down forward 2, which is amazing to have. I think down forward 2 is super, super good, but yeah, they have their own problems. So yeah, I think that's more or less it about Gaz and why I think he should be here. And about the bears, do not, as I said, do not ask questions. Bears are bears, and I would delete them if I could, because bears, these characters should not exist. Why are they here? Do not ask me questions. But yeah, YouTube, thanks for watching. By the way, big thanks for watching. It was actually a little bit faster than I thought. I thought it would be like an hour and a half or something. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Till later.